I'm Chip Bravely and this is Steve Golding. We're with Shorr Packaging. Today we're going to talk to you about a new, innovative, and revolutionary hand film manufactured by Paragon Films called Torque. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the features and advantages and benefits of this film, specifically when used against a conventional hand film, and then we're going to wrap a couple loads and show you how to use it. Steve?
One of the first things you'll notice about the rolls of Torque film versus conventional hand film is this roll weighs about half as much as a conventional hand film roll of the same size. This is a 2,000-foot conventional film. This is a 2,000-foot Torque film. Just looking at the diameter in itself, you can see there's a much bigger roll, but it actually weighs about half the weight. Very lightweight. It's got a very unique attribute to it where you can actually bounce the film. So if you notice, it's very pillowy, very bouncy. It's got rolled edges. If you were to look at the very edges of the roll itself, and the rolled edges is actually what creates its very good force to load numbers. So this film, as you wrap a load, gives you great force from the outside of the load to the inside of the load, which gives you the containment you're looking for on your loads. It's very excellent cling, so if you've got a tail that you're trying to wrap up against the load when you're done wrapping, it's got good cling characteristics, and it's got a very low cost in use. Because the roll weighs half as much, the amount of film you put on a pallet also is going to weigh half as much, which is going to give you your absolute lowest cost in use. Those are some of the attributes, the advantages of using Torque film. We want to go out now to the warehouse and show you how to wrap a load. It's slightly different, but I think it's important that you see the different wrapping techniques.
Okay, I'm going to wrap a load in conventional hand film. One of the things that you'll notice with conventional hand film is you'll get roughly 10 to 15% pre-stretch out of this film, but it really depends on the operator and how hard he or she pulls on that film throughout the whole wrapping process. But in order to get that 10 or 15%, they have to keep that tension on the film throughout the whole wrapping process. So we'll give this a shot. Significantly heavier, a lot more cumbersome when you're walking around the pallet with this conventional hand film when you're walking around backwards as well. Now Steve's going to show you a little bit about Torque and how to wrap with that and some of the differences between the two.
Alright, like Chip was saying, these rolls are much lighter in weight, basically much better for fatigue on your operators. These are also very much indestructible. You can take and hit them on the ground and take your rolls and just continue to wrap with the film with no issue. Now what Chip was saying about the style difference in wrapping, all you're going to do is get to the corner of the load and just pull taut or pull tight on your rolls. You don't need to pull constantly, only when you get to the corner. So you come to the corner, you pull it tight. Come to the corner, pull it tight. And that's pretty much it. You will notice a major difference in load containment as far as force goes between these two. Very loose, very tight. Kind of shows you a demonstration of how much better force you get when using the Torque film. We'll go back inside and cover some of the attributes again.
Thanks for your time and for giving us an opportunity to talk to you a little bit more about Torque film and the features, advantages, and benefits of Torque film.
Just remember this film comes in 3 configurations. A light gauge, I'd call it, I guess, a Torque 1, a Torque 2, which is kind of a medium gauge, and a Torque 3, which would be the heavy gauge. Basically, the test that we've done here at Shorr indicates that 80% of the applications you have, you can use a Torque 1 roll with 2,000 feet to a roll. So attributes, one more time. Very lightweight roll, virtually indestructible. It's got rolled edges, so you get a very, very good load containment. It's got excellent cling, extremely good clarity, and it's the lowest cost in use. So do yourself a favor, Contact your local Shorr representative today to find out more about how torque can save you a ton of money on hand film.